Welcome back. Okay, we are on countdown mode. We are 4 minutes away from the February jobs report. I want to bring in our all-star jobs panel. Piper Sandler's chief global economist Nancy Lazar is here. Job Creators Network CEO Alfredo Ortiz is here. Storch Advisors CEO Jerry Storch is here. And former White House Council of Economic Advisors acting chairman Tomas Philipson is here. Also with us, of course, is Cheryl Casoni, who will be breaking the numbers shortly, and Mohamed El Arian. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
Here we go. So we have a negative number for February non-farm payrolls, a loss of 92,000 jobs. You can see the market reacting. We are also seeing the unemployment rate tick up to 4.4%.
Alfredo, Nancy, I'm coming back to you once more before you have to go. But, Alfredo, where are the jobs right now?
Yeah, well, right now, first of all, we weren't necessarily surprised, or I'm not surprised with the number. Disappointing, of course, but I think with the winter storms that hit, I expected some decline in retail and construction as well. But really quickly, Maria, if I could address the productivity communications here and stuff that we're talking about on AI. I actually just spoke as an example of small business. I think that's going to be the big story is productivity in AI. I spoke to a small business who is they're the leaders. It's called, in New Jersey, overall Control Point Associates, and they are using productivity as an example. In one office, they were able to double their revenues in 2 years using technology and AI with the same employee base. And so I think for small businesses, AI is going to be the big story. And so we're going to continue to see that growth. I think especially in construction. As the winter months kind of clear up and we start seeing better weather, and as interest rates improve, I think we'll see that as well. And as those tax refunds really start hitting, I think we'll see growth also in our hospitality areas.
Yeah, great points. Hospitality is going to get a benefit from services. You talk about construction. I would add electricians with that boom in construction. But Alfredo Ortiz, there are also job stories around this, because when you look at the oil infrastructure, you're talking about high-paying jobs. Again, I ask you for sectors. You said construction. What else is important to you in this jobs number, Alfredo? And talk to us about the jobs.
Yeah, exactly. And again, we've been talking a lot about AI. I know Cheryl hit it right on the nose there in terms of the productivity for small businesses. We are going to continue to see small businesses really leverage AI to be able to do more with what they've got. And I use the example of Control Point Associates, a land surveying company in New Jersey, where they've been able to double their revenues in one office with the same number of employees in 2 years. That was due to AI and technology. So we're going to continue to see that. And I think we're going to start seeing where remember, 2/3 of new job growth is in the hands of small businesses. And so as they really adopt and adapt to AI and technology, we're going to continue to see that growth. I think the oil and mining is going to be huge. I think energy infrastructure around data centers in certain states, even, for example, in Georgia, in Florida, those are going to be huge areas of construction growth. And so I think that's going to be an exciting opportunity. And I love what the president did with energy and AI companies, where they were actually basically going to be flipping the bill for the cost of the energy construction. So that's going to be passed on. And as far as the what's going on with Iran, remember that we just did a deal with Venezuela as well. And I think we have that entire open market there from oil that we can access for Venezuela as well. So I think it's going to be a quick war, hopefully, and the consumer will move beyond, and the energy and the gasoline prices will come back down. It's a shame that they've actually already gone up about 30 cents in just a week. That's pretty unnecessary, and so unfortunately, they're taking, I think, some profit taking there unnecessarily. So, but we should see that come down and the consumer feeling good about things again.
Well, you mentioned the right move, because oil and Brent are up about 25+% just since this war began. But I think we also have to zero in on the president's agenda. What is his agenda? Tapping into the oil capacity of the United States, getting jobs back to America, and supply chains back to America. So, Alfredo, you just hit on it. mining companies, mining jobs, oil jobs. Why? Because the president has used tariffs in an effective way to get companies to bring their supply chains back to America. This has been a phenomenal conversation, everybody. Thank you. Have a fantastic weekend. Mohamed El-Arian, Alfredo Ortiz, Jerry Storch, Tomas Philipson, and Cheryl Casoni. Thank you so much.